Before the temps start dropping and we start hibernating, because as you know, DC is depressing in the wintertime, right? I wanted to round up for you some of my favorite DMV fall things to do and things on my bucket list for this current fall season. So let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Sun Fashionista, and here we talk about fashion, lifestyle, current events, travel, all the things. You never know what you're going to get when you hit that play button, but you're going to have a good time while you're here though. So if you are brand new here, I am so glad you found me. Welcome to the club, okay? Please stick around, watch some videos, and I hope you decide to support the channel by subscribing, okay? We appreciate that over here. To my supporters, thank you for every like, share, comment, and view. I appreciate it all. Yes, I do. And the trolls, keep doing what you're doing. You are welcomed here. We are going to go over my fall DMV bucket list. Now, I have been in the DMV for about a year and 3 months now. I moved here in July of 2024, and I did do a little bit of something last fall, not a whole lot, but this year I am going to take advantage of all of my free time, thanks to the furlough, and have my home already organized. I can do more things on the weekends too. So, what I wanted to do is show you things that I've been doing and what I plan to do with this fall season. So, let me tell you, a lot of people say, well, why are you hanging around the DMV when you can go somewhere else? Well, I've always wanted to live in the DMV, and I wanted to live here because there's so much to do here. So if you go online and Google, you will find all types of free things to do in the DMV. And it's beautiful out here. You can go and see the mountains in Maryland or Virginia, West Virginia. You can do it all and go back to your home that night. Lots of day trips here, okay? So I am going to use my time to see more of the DMV and get more of a DMV experience, okay? So if you've been on my channel at all, you know I'm not really into the club scene. I do like lounges. I do love live music events, and I love to explore. I love to see new things and just have a good time. That's what I'm about. And look good while doing it, don't you know? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into my list. I got a banger for y'all. Keep it coming. First up, we have Scenic Escapes. I went to Glenstone Museum a few weeks ago, and it was so beautiful. It is a museum that sits on 300 acres of land. There's two art galleries on the property, and there's a lot of art sculptures outside throughout the property. And I would say dress comfortably, wear athleisure, because you're going to have to walk some different paths to get to the various art galleries and those different sculptures that are out there. So if you like the outdoors and you like the arts, this is the perfect place for you to go visit. Shenandoah Valley. So I told a coworker of mine that I wanted to go to the New England area so I can see the leaves change. And they were like, well, why are you going to go there when you can go to Shenandoah Valley? That it's just as pretty and it's closer. And I said, oh, I didn't think about that. So it's on my list of things to do. Yes. So I was told it's just so pretty out there. One of my other coworkers, she went about 2 weeks ago and sent me a picture. And oh my God, I have got to get out there. I had to get my back, healed up before I make that type of trip. But your girl is en route and on the way. But yes, Shenandoah Valley is such a nice place to go visit. They have the caverns out there. They have wineries, apple orchards. You can make a weekend out of it if you want to. I may just do a day trip, but you can definitely do an overnight stay if you want to. But you need to book that in advance if you're going to spend the night out there. Yes. Great Falls Park. I went to a baby shower a few weeks ago, and this lady was telling me about Great Falls Park and how it was such a vibe, that it's really picturesque, that people go out there to do hiking, bike riding, brisk walking, and that I could go on the Maryland side and see some really nice sights. So I added that to my to-do list, okay? I would imagine going out there, I'm going to wear possibly athleisure. The same thing I recommended for the Glenstone Museum and for Shenandoah Valley. Wear your athleisure and your comfortable tennis shoes. Yes. If you're going to be hiking, then go ahead on and Google how to properly dress for a hike, because I don't do that. I'm all about the leisurely, strolls and things of that nature over here. Okay, so yes, y'all, Shenandoah Valley, Glenstone Museum, and the Great Falls Park are on my to-do list, and I already got one checked off. Let's keep it going. Now, you all know that I am always down for a good meal and a good libation. Oh, yes, I am. So, I want to hit all the nice wineries and food spots, okay? One thing about the DMV, they have a lot of wineries in this area. I went to several so far in Maryland. The one I think about the most is Linganore Winery. I went there last winter and it was so nice. They had a beautiful tasting room. The wine was so good. They had really good food because they had like food trucks on site, and it was just a vibe. I had to go back again. And I met someone a few weeks ago, and they were telling me that they have festivals out there. So I missed the festival season, but it's going to be definitely on my to-do list to get back out there and have me a nice little relaxing evening at Linganore Winery. Also, I did find a winery restaurant called Cooper's Hawk, and they have several of these in DMV. It's like a chain, I would say, and they have such good food, and the wine and the cocktails are very good as well. All right, so y'all, I love a festival. I love going to festivals, and I love when they are associated with food more so than anything. Okay, now they had a hot air balloon festival in Virginia a few weeks ago. I did miss that, but I did catch the 8th Street Festival, which was more about community. I had a really good time. I did a vlog on that. I also went to Taste of Bethesda. I vlogged that too. And that was more about local restaurants, from what I gathered. Lots of great food options. Had a good time at that as well. And then I also went to the Foodie Festival. I vlogged that also. And that one travels around the United States. And they had a lot of different food vendors there, some local and some that came far and wide. And I had a really good time at that event. Yes, I did. Now, I want to say they had some festivals in Baltimore I did not make it to, but one was like a pickle festival, if I recall correctly. And they had an Asian foodie festival out there a couple weekends ago too. So this things you can kind of think about, for next year, because if you don't know it exists, you want to know what to look out for. They have a lot of jazz festivals around here as well, wine festivals, so lots of festivals in this area. We definitely want to catch any festivals that are remaining for the season, okay? Because guess what? We're going to be in the house when it's cold outside, when it's snowing. So let's go ahead and be outside and enjoy this good weather and all these festivities. Yes. So depending on where we go, our outfit is going to be dependent, right? If you're going to a winery, you can still, at this time of year, assuming that it's on the chillier side, you can do like an oversized sweater, moto leggings, a cute boot, a nice hat. That'll be cute for a winery look. If you're going to go to a festival, you could do a leisure outfit. That'll be cute. In a fall color. Yeah, we like that. If you're going to go to a restaurant like the Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant, you can wear a nice sweater dress, and a little bit more elevated of a look when you go there. So it just depends on where you're going and the weather, but you cannot go wrong with being comfortable and cute, okay? So keep that in mind for sure. But just for festivals in general, definitely want to be comfortable. If you have some comfortable tennis shoes, comfortable flats, like Mary Jane flats, those will work. But let me tell y'all this. Now, if you see my fall haul or my fall fashion tip videos, then I talked about getting like tennis shoes with like that calf fur on them, with the animal print. Oh yes, honey, get you some of those. That will elevate whatever look you're wearing, because you can get by with like a cute little satin skirt with a sweater and your nice little tennis shoes that have the calf fur on them. You know what I'm saying? And a nice little hat and a scarf, and be real cute. So depending on where you're going, you can do different looks. So just think about it. Go to my YouTube page. You're already here, and check out my different options on my shorts feed to give you a little bit of inspiration. All right? Yes. So y'all, I just love shopping and strolling and just being out in the nice weather and enjoying the outdoors, okay? I went to Annapolis a few weeks ago, and I was down by the waterfront, and they have such cute little shops on that main street. It was a vibe. You hear me? I definitely want to go back just so I can spend more time like meandering through the little stores and trying the different restaurants. It was really nice, okay? And the waterfront, I did not get to experience the waterfront the way I wanted to because they had the docks closed off because they were having some kind of boat show coming up. So I really couldn't like walk the dock and be on the water. But I did eat at a nice restaurant. But yes, y'all, for the fall, I want to be out and about, in this nice weather, doing a little bit of window shopping, a little bit of meandering and strolling, that kind of a thing, going to cute little coffee shops and all that good stuff. So yes, y'all, I'm gonna be doing that. Now I want to go back to Annapolis. I also love going to like Bethesda. Now I have not been to the Bethesda Rose area, but I was told it was really nice. That's on my to-do list. I have been to Georgetown. Georgetown is such a vibe. I have gone out there on say a Saturday. I went to a coffee shop, took my laptop, did a little bit of work, on my laptop. I wanted to be like a creative. I wanted to be one of those people, so I did that one day. But yes, y'all, I love Georgetown. And also, I want to do a little bit more in-store shopping. I love to shop in stores, but for whatever reason, since the pandemic, I primarily buy my things online. I do. So this weekend, when I went to the Foodie Festival, I finally made it to the outlets out at the National Harbor, the Tanger outlets. I made it there, and I want to go to Potomac Mills. I heard it was really nice. So that's on my bucket list to get out there and do a little damage at the stores. Yes. So, like I said, I love being out. And you know what? I'm going to be out shopping and sipping. And I'm going to be looking cute while I'm buying more things to be cute in. Okay? Let me tell you. So when you're out browsing, strolling, shopping, you need to be dressing the part. Okay? Do not step out your house looking less than a 10. Man or woman. Always step out looking your best. Okay? Like today, I'm getting ready to go run to Old Navy and maybe grab a little something to eat. Okay, what do I have on? Let me tell you. I have on this super cute tan hat. Okay, got this from DSW a few years ago. These cute little wood embossed earrings are oldie but goodies from the Limited, I'm sure. This gold stranded bracelet came from TJ Maxx a little while ago. I got this elastic belt here with this beautiful gold flower detail that matches what's on the jumpsuit. Got this from H&M. Jumpsuit came from Target about a year or so ago. And I got these super cute gold tennis shoes that kind of match the belt. The shoes came from Dillard's. Okay, I'm going to wear this with my burgundy bag that I got from Target a month ago. And I'm going to be cute, comfy, and stylish as I'm running my errands. That's what we do. That is the move. That is the vibe. Okay? Yes. So yes, y'all. Go out here, be cute and handsome, and have a good time. Yes. The last thing on my bucket list is for me to really focus in on myself, hone in on myself. It's unorthodox for a fall bucket list item to be spending time with yourself, but it is. And I can do that while going out here doing different things. Like I can go to this cute little coffee spot, and sit down and journal, or I can have a slow morning where, I'm getting up and, focusing on the task of the day. Like just taking my time to make my favorite iced coffee, to take my time to go to Trader Joe's and pick up some flowers, just doing little things that I want to do and not feeling rushed, spending time with friends, talking to family, in my normal day-to-day, I get up super early. I'm out the door by 6:30, 6:45. I'm on the train. I'm at work. And I'm home by 5:30, 6 p.m. And then I do it again the next day, right? So this furlough time for me has been a blessing. Now, I get it. There's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to like, okay, about the pay. When are we going to get off of this? Da-da-da-da. And I get all that. I really, really do. But I will be lying to you if I wouldn't say that I've been really enjoying this time of furlough. Yes, I have. I am enjoying it. I am using every second of it to be productive and to take care of me. And I hope you all doing the same. And whether you're furloughed or not, the fall is always a good time. Well, any day is a good time to really focus on your goals and hone in. But yes, if you have the extra time, then definitely be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I've been working on content. I worked on my loft. I've been just getting all kind of things done. But let me tell y'all, so, just taking time to do things that you love to do. Like, I like to cook, but I never have a lot of time to cook. So I have taken the time to go to the grocery stores, like several of them, go down the aisles, pick up my things. And I actually came home and cooked that meal. And I enjoyed it and got me a bottle of wine. Yes, I did. Oh, yes, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. So I can't wait for the winter. I'm going to be really up in this house cooking when the winter time hit and it's snowing outside. Now, I love when it snows. My routine for that is that when I hear it's going to snow, I run to the beer and wine store, into the grocery store, and I stock up on my comfort items. And baby, when it snows, I ain't leaving up out of here. I'll be right up in here, eating, having me a good time, and just chilling and relaxing. Okay? So yes, y'all, this is a good time right now to get your wine, your beverage of choice stocked up. Okay? Just put it out there to you. Get stocked up on your stuff, y'all. And I get out my nice snacks. And I sit right here on this couch on that bed and cozy up and look at me some Netflix, or I'm doing something that I find to be relaxing. Oh yes, y'all. Get into it. But yes, so that is a bucket list item. Relaxing. You can relax and like I love doing like walks and stuff. Now my back been giving me the blues, so I kind of came off the walk for a few days. But I love walking because it gives me time to just think and get clarity and to strategize and figure out how I want to move forward. So I love walking, and it's good on the figure. You know, it's good for heart health as well too. And I love exercising. So those are things that I like to do as well. And I'm gonna continue doing those things even during the fall season because health is wealth. Because you know what? You can sit here and have all the money, but if you don't have good health, baby, you're not gonna enjoy it. You know? I'm gonna leave it at that. Definitely make sure you're prioritizing your health, not just for your looks, but just for overall wellness. Because you don't want to be around here one day, you get to this older age and you got all these health problems, which some things are unavoidable. But I'm just saying, typically, if you start working out when you're younger and you develop these good habits with your eating and your exercise, then it's going to really help you out when you get older. Okay, trust me. I'm approaching that. Okay, yes. Get into it. So y'all look, that is my list. Now, I just thought about a few things I didn't have on the list. Let me tell y'all now, because I'm off script with this. Let me tell y'all. So I also want to do pumpkin patches. I want to go to orchards. I want to go to farmers markets. I want to do all those wonderful things. I want to go to some art galleries. All these things I want to do. I want to go to the symphony. I want to go see a play. I want to do all these things. I want to go to some more museums. Okay, that's always on my list of things to do. But in case, you don't have that in mind, I want to put it out there for you to do. Okay, so definitely create you a list. Okay, and commit to doing at least one thing a week. Just one, if not two. At least one. Okay, and do it. Do not wait around for someone else to go with you. Just do it yourself. You will find enjoyment in it. Okay, you will find accomplishment in it. I get asked a lot. They're like, well, why do you always go out by yourself? I've been with myself for 43 years, so I'm not alone, in my opinion. I enjoy my company, so I'm never bored. Even when I'm home by myself, I'm not bored. I'm just not. And I've been doing stuff on my own, like going out to eat, doing things since I was 16 years old. When I could drive, I would go to the restaurant back home to the, I think, was it called Ryan's? I think it was either Ryan's or Quincy's. I would go there and I would go and get those yeast rolls, and I would sit at a table and eat by myself at 16, 17 years old. I sure would. Wendy's, any place. So I've always done this. So I find it odd when people can't do that, because Even when I was in college, I would on the weekend I would treat myself. I would go to Applebee's, and I love the Applebee's bacon cheeseburger. Only ketchup with the fries, honey. I would go every other Saturday, and treat myself to Applebee's by myself. Okay, it never occurred to me that people can't do that by themselves. But it's neither here nor there. But yes, y'all definitely work on going out, doing things, write a list, and commit to it. If you need help find things to do, Chat GPT it. Put in Chat GPT, 1 day trip from wherever you live. Just put that in there. Start off small. Start off at a restaurant, a little day trip or whatever. Get you a nice little podcast to listen to, and just do that. It'll be good for you. But yeah, y'all, that is my list of things I want to do. It's ever growing. I do have a playlist on my YouTube page here for all my vlogs. So check that out. Check out the Get Ready with Me's and everything. And I'm also doing more live streams. So I've been doing them. I think they are mostly going to be on Thursdays. I'm going to try to do live streams once a week until the end of December. I'm putting it out there to you guys, so now it's official. I'm going to try to do at least once a week. I may skip, like Thanksgiving week or something like that, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm trying to do more long form content like this video. All right. And yeah, so continue to support the channel. I really appreciate it and everything. So yeah, y'all, so we have that going on. But if you are still here, thank you so much for rocking with me and listening to me babble and everything. I just had a thought. Okay, so if you're still here, okay, I want you to put down in the chat your at least one thing on your fall bucket list, okay? Put down one thing for your fall bucket list, or you can do more, okay? And so when I have my live streams, when I tell you what I'm doing, I want you guys to tell me what you've been doing for your list. That's called accountability. We're gonna have a little something going on here, okay? So I'm gonna be out here doing my thing. Do yours. We're gonna meet up on Thursday. We're gonna talk about it, okay? So yes, y'all, let's do that. Let's see how we can make that work. And yes, with that, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye. Forgiveness. Get it, that's your why my baby.